What's up, everybody? It's Adam with the Pattaya News here on August 10th, 2023, coming to you once again to recap what's happened in the past week here in Pattaya. It's been a wild week. Almost every single day, Kuwaiti tourists and problems in South Pattaya have been on the news, as well as an issue which has been really controversial with our readers. Jomtien Beach is evidently banning food carts. Oh, people aren't happy about that one. But as always, before we jump right into our stories, I wanted to take the time to tell you what's going on and what's popping in Pattaya this weekend in terms of events. Now, this weekend is a holiday weekend. Yes, once again, just about 2 weeks after another holiday weekend. This weekend is Mother's Day in Thailand, which of course is a massive day for the restaurant industry and for mothers all across Thailand. It also marks the Queen Mother's 91st birthday. Happy birthday to her. Now, the actual holiday is going to take place Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. The actual Mother's Day is Saturday the 12th. Monday is the government holiday. And of course, those of you that have been here a while know what that means. That means that Monday, yes, immigration is closed, as are government offices and most banks outside of the shopping malls. So keep that in mind if you're planning to go to immigration on Monday or Tuesday, when it will likely be super busy because everybody that went Monday didn't know that they were actually closed. In terms of events, the biggest event taking place this weekend is taking place in Rayong, way out past the Ramayana Water Park and Eastern Pattaya, just over the Rayong border at the Navy Rowing and Training Center. Now, this is the World Dragon Boat Championships, which is actually a major event. I didn't know much about it until they came here to Pattaya. They've been here before, but only once. And the event itself features teams from all around the world, go USA, competing for the World Dragon Boat Championships. You can go yourself. We'll put a link to the Facebook on YouTube if you're watching it over this weekend to see the races, or you can watch the live streams if you don't feel like going out there and dealing with the heat and everything else that is happening. Also, the last couple days of the TikTok Food Fest, which we highlighted on our channels a couple days ago, is taking place at Central Mall. So if you want to go viral on TikTok and meet some influencers, we know everybody watching this loves to meet social media influencers, your best bet is to head down to Central Mall on the ground floor for the TikTok Food Fest over the next several days. Now, let's jump into our first local story. The almost daily issues that there's been around complaints with Kuwaiti tourists, mostly young college students, on summer break on the Soyen Sabai and South Pattaya area. Now, most of these complaints stem from the fact that they're racing around, allegedly, on motorbikes without helmets, licenses, driver's licenses, parking where they wish, driving against traffic, and causing other various problems. But there's been bigger issues, too, like we talked about last week, a prank in which they pretended to get robbed and backfired for one particular group that are all now in the process of being deported and blacklisted. But this past week has seen even more incidents, one that took place just this morning, in which a Kuwaiti national and a Thai national got into a motorbike accident on Soyen Sabai. According to the Thai national, it was the Kuwaiti's fault, and he asked for compensation, and instead the Kuwaiti man fled to a nearby restaurant. The Thai man called a bunch of friends, and they proceeded to brawl in the restaurant, causing damage to the restaurant. As of press time, the Thai person had volunteered to pay for the damages to the restaurant, stating that was their fault, but the Kuwaiti person had not come forward in terms of compensation. Meanwhile, Pattaya police have been literally tearing their hair out, holding meeting after meeting after meeting, trying to decide what exactly to do to control the issue. It's important to note, we've been told by people familiar with schools in Kuwait that this summer break ends on August 26th. So eventually, in about 2.5 weeks or so, the problem will fix itself. But can they afford to wait that long when every single day there's more complaints, more accidents, more problems? Speaking of accidents, the other big problem that took place this week was when a group of Kuwaiti tourists, after a Kuwaiti person had a fairly minor motorbike accident but had to go to the hospital on Soyen Sabai, well, evidently the Kuwaiti tourists blocked rescue workers. That made national news, as it's a major offense here. And they blocked rescue workers until they were able to personally put their friend into the back of the ambulance themselves. As for why they blocked rescue workers, that was unclear, but it definitely caused a lot of discussion on social media. What do you think? As always, tell us in comments, what would be your solution to the problem? Keep in mind, police can't invent new fines or new penalties. For instance, a lot of people say, just fine them tens of thousands of baht. Well, if the fine is legally only 400 baht, they can't fine one group, say 20,000 baht, just at whim. legally anyways, of course. Next topic, the Jomtien food carts. So brick and mortar businesses on Jomtien Beach have been complaining for some time about the number of food carts that have been in the area, stating that they're causing them to lose business, but they're also traffic hazards, they're not licensed, they're not paying tax to the city, and other complaints. As a result, over the past week or so, we've seen municipality officials, I personally seen it last night, policing up and down the road and removing food carts. Of course, this has become a bit of a game where the food carts, when they see officials coming, they quickly speed away. Last night, I personally saw a food cart trying to speed away from municipality officers, crash. Municipality officers physically pulled the cart aside, and the guy was still trying to flee, and they held him for further legal action. Now, we've heard a lot of mixed opinions about our readers on this. Many are stating, oh, well, give the food cart vendors specific areas to sell. They have that. There's several markets on Jomtien Beach, from the Big M, Miami Street Food, Jomtien Night Market. They're all set there for these food cart vendors. However, of course, if one is there, guess what they have to do? Pay rent. And many of them don't want to pay rent. They prefer to kind of be independent and run around on their own, which is the illegal part of it. Now, of course, food carts have always been considered as part of Thai culture and have been tolerated. But at the end of the day, the brick and mortar businesses do have a good point that they're not paying the proper fees or health licenses and insurance like a brick and mortar business is. As before with the Kuwaiti tourists, what do you think? What's the solution here? What should be done to please all sides? Is there a solution that can please all sides? Let us know in comments. Now, the next story that we have also involves Jomtien Beach. You guys are going to love to hear this. Now, we know everybody loves all the construction taking place in the city, right? Like Soi 15, we covered that earlier this week. We might throw a little bit of the clip in there and just how bad Soi 15 looks. But the good news is the reason it looks so bad is they're expediting the work to try to get it done after about 2 years of construction and various agencies there. Well, guess where construction's coming next? Jomtien Beach. They state that they're going to make the area look better and renovate it. That's going to start in September. There's no end date as to when it will actually be finished. And oh boy, has that made some people angry. As some folks stated, it seems to be the only area where they're not doing construction recently. The city states, however, as usual, that it is necessary for them to proceed forward with it. Our next story that we have was probably our most emotional story for many people. Over the past weekend was the 1-year anniversary of the tragic fire that took place at the Mountain Bee nightclub in Sattahip, where 26 people died and about 50 people were injured. This was obviously not just a national incident, but an international incident in terms of headlines. The fire took place so quickly, and according to people involved, there's still many, many legal cases taking place, so there's not a final cause proven by the courts yet. But according to many people there, the foam in the building set fire very quickly, which is why it spread so quickly. And some exit doors were either blocked or locked, which also led to the high number of fatalities at the club. As of press time, the owners and people involved in the club are out on bail and are still undergoing the legal process, which could take years in a case like this. But the story that drew so much attention was the one foreigner at the club during the fire, a Vietnamese woman who was actually rescued by a Thai man who later passed away from his wounds. Unfortunately, because she's not Thai, she did not qualify for the Thai programs and Thai Social Security and Thai medical reimbursement that the Thai victims and survivors did. And so she reported to our news media over the last weekend that her bills now amount to 4 million baht. Now, we have heard from a lot of our readers that they personally donated to her brother. We as the Pattaya News would never ask for you to donate to us directly. We are only letting you know about their plight, so if you choose to donate to them directly, you can. We won't accept anything on their behalf. She said that they did get about 100,000 baht from the owner of the venue, but of course, according to them, and based on their medical bills we saw, that's a very, very small amount when opposed to the 4 million overall. We'll throw in one more time if you want to give her and her family some support to pay their medical bills from the incident, their bank account information on the screen in this video. Last but not least, and we only have a few seconds, we're going to leave you with a UFO in Pattaya. Yeah, a UFO was spotted in Pattaya. Enjoy the footage of the UFO. Have a good week, everybody.